I'm going to start this new segment on just reading out crypto news and just based on the news channel to see what's real and what's fake. And I'm just going to read out and make videos every day about it. Now, the Chinese central bank digital yuan has wanting to introduce, even eventually allow 2G mobile phones and to use tokens while the phones are off. So is this going to be a new NFC? Yep, it's going to be NFC used, so you just tapped it. I remember even now when I go to Audi, especially Epping Audi, there's no reception. And even when I have my Commonwealth Bank, even I had no reception, maybe very weak, it can still go through my transaction payment. And China's a big country. I'm pretty sure there's black spot for reception, and they try to fulfill it. Makes more sense in China where there's population X, Y, and Z. But just to do a transaction anywhere, what about in the desert or out in the mountains or whatever? How are you going to get this? And this is going to tackle this area. Now that being said, I'm going to put it on Australia. Australia's a big country. They're only going to put these towers, whatever, it's populated area. There's many of the areas it's not 5G, still 4G. And this is where the problem is. That being said, could you imagine having that? And the most important thing when I get to see in China when I was visiting 2018 is everyone has power banks. Obviously to charge up their phones and everything. I don't think the way how CBDC works in the Western world, where everyone's just going for, Samsung or iPhone, where their battery stamina is worse of comparison to Huawei or Oppo. And that's my take on everyone's using power banks. And the only time I get to see, people using power bank in my time in the Western world is when Pokemon Go was introduced. Everyone's just going scouting around with power banks. And just to see, a SIM card having this NFC, a CBDC wallet, it's just breaking all the stereotypes. Even a homeless person who doesn't have a charger can have a payment going through his bank account. It's just eliminating all that issue. And I know, nowadays we have, trains. I only speak on what I know. Mikey in Melbourne is that we have the app that we can use as a train card. So what if my phone died? What if my phone has no reception and ticket inspector is going to come and check it? So it's gonna enable me, if we have this new technology, to have this NFC just to tap, just saying that, yeah, I've tapped it on. So that's how I look at the whole thing. And it's very interesting to know how we're going to go through. And obviously not entire Australia has good reception. Even where I live, there's poor reception as well. Here is a new suburb. But this makes more sense to counter no excuses, do payment or X, Y, and Z. Tap,